Hi, you're watching Philodendron. In today's video, I'm showing you my top 10 favorite houseplants right now. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. And if you're new here, hi, welcome. I'm Patrick and I'm a houseplant collector with an ever-growing collection of plants. And I upload every Sunday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. So if you want to see how I grow my collection and keep my plants happy, then you should definitely hit subscribe. In today's video, I'm excited to show you my top 10 current favorite houseplants right now. But before I get to that, I want to show you some of my favorite babies that I'm raising right now. So as you may know, I've been doing a lot of shopping at local nurseries, and a lot of local nurseries have really cute, immature baby plants that I've been buying. So let me just show you the ones that are growing really well and the ones that are making me really happy. So the first baby plant that I want to show you is this Alocasia poly, and I got this at Evergreen Nursery. It just put out this biggest leaf right now, and this biggest leaf has another big leaf on the way, and it's been super easy. It's been a great replacement because I feel like I may have killed my Amazonica. And while we're on the topic of alocasias, let me show you this other really cute baby. Oh look, I just noticed that. So this is the Alocasia Syngonium, and it's really cool. It's a cross between the Alocasia zebrina and the Alocasia frydek, I believe. And it's got these really cool looking leaves that basically looks like a cross between an Alocasia zebrina and an Alocasia frydek. So it gives you the really cool leaf shape of the frydek, but then everything else is zebrina. Next baby that I want to show off to you guys is my Platycerium grande that I got from the same nursery. It is super cute and it seems to be thriving. I'm doing what Tuck from the nursery is doing, and it seems to not know that I'm taking care of it instead of Tuck, so it's growing for me. And I put it in the windowsill of a north-facing window, and I just keep it a little bit wet in its cache pot, and I let it dry out the excess water every now and then. But it seems to be liking what I'm doing, so this is exciting, and it's showing, like, all the veins are starting to really show, and it's super cute. Next baby that I'm really excited about is also from the same nursery, but I'm super new to these Nepenthes, or all Nepenthes really, but I can't believe that it's actually growing pitchers under my care, and I'm just doing the same thing. I'm keeping it, you know, slightly wet, just about maybe a centimeter of water, so that the substrate doesn't dry out. And I give it plenty of light. It's right against a east-facing window, and it also has a grow light on it. So it seems to be liking that. This is the Nepenthes Saint Gaia, and yeah, I'm really just surprised. I noticed this about a week ago, and it's still going. And finally, the last baby that I want to show off that's growing and really taking off is this string of hearts that I got from Mezcala Nursery. I got it on New Year's Eve, and I can't believe it has grown this much for me. I keep it in a really humid environment, and I just, you know, let the soil somewhat dry out, but not all the way. They actually like a little more water than I expected, so keep that in mind if you are growing string of hearts. But I love the way that the strings are kind of standing up and bouncy. They just look so alive and happy. Okay, so enough baby talk. Let's go to the main event. My top 10 favorite houseplants right now. So number 10 is my Syngonium Podophyllum albo variegata. This guy I have gone through so much with. So when I bought this plant, it was about this size, and I bought it in October from a local seller on Facebook. But the thing is, it had a lot more green leaves. I was super worried that it was reverting. So I ended up chopping the green leaves off. And when I was doing that, I realized that the whole plant had root rot. So what I did was I took it out of the soil, I washed it out, and I cut off all the rotten roots, and I put it in some water to let it reroot. It didn't take much to reroot it, about a month or so, and I potted it up in, oh, don't mind, I just bottom watered it, so it's a little dirty, but I potted it up in a super chunky aeroid mix with a bunch of perlite, vermiculite, pumice, small orchid bark, medium orchid bark, and some charcoal, as well as Ocean Forest by Fox Farm. And I even forget about this. I forget to water it for like 2-3 weeks at a time, and whenever I see it, it has a new leaf, and it's just super chill, and I, you know, really recommend this. These actually like to stay drier than I originally thought. Like, I don't know why, but I thought these white leaves look like they'd be thirsty, but they really are super easy. They like to stay drier than most of my other plants, and I just kind of set it and forget it, and it's put out. So when I potted it up, it had these two leaves I'm trying to think of, and then these 3 have popped out since, so I love it. And I was looking at all my plants, and this was like, look at me. So I just had to include it and show you guys. Number 9 would have to be my Syndaxes Jade Satin. I got this for my birthday in September, and it was like a 1 or 2 leafer, and it's grown so much. It's like one of those ones that I kind of set and forget too. And it just does all the work for me while I like kind of forget about it, which is really cool. And what I love about these is that, they have these really nice, super plump leaves, but they're really cool. You can kind of see their really intricate veination, because it's almost like a weird kind of see-through. I don't know, you have to be here to see this, but I recommend grabbing a Syndaxes Jade Satin if you are able to, like, because these are great and they're so beautiful. I can't wait for this to be a long trailing vine, nice and lush, and hopefully I will achieve that this growing season. So stay tuned for what my Syndaxes Jade Satin does this year. Number 8 is my Monstera Peru, and you're gonna notice a pattern with number 10 through maybe 6 because I got this as a cutting. It was a single leaf cutting and it didn't do anything for the longest time. I had it right up against my west facing window, so it got some really bright afternoon sun, and I just stayed faithful. I kept watering it even if it did nothing, and the one leaf just did nothing for about 2 months, maybe even 3 months, until finally it just had a baby bump. And ever since then, it's been unstoppable, and it's just like pumping out leaf after leaf. And it's super easy. I love my Monstera Peru, and it's super cool. I feel super bonded to it. The first leaf that came with it is gone, unfortunately, but it had some damage, so I just have these beautiful, perfect new leaves, and that is fine. I'm liking how bushy it's growing too. Number 7 is a plant that you've seen before, and it is my Alocasia Black Velvet. I love this plant. This is like my first Alocasia love, because I had the Poly or the Amazonica. It was like one of my first plants, and you know, I didn't really like love it, but I loved it. Of course it was mine, but this thing is just like, wow. It's like gorgeous. And all of the things that they say about Alocasia, like they're super finicky, they attract so much pests, that doesn't, like, this didn't apply to this Black Velvet. I have not gotten any spider mites, knock on wood, but, and I don't even treat it like systemically or anything, so that's pretty cool. And it's just growing and pumping out these super huge leaves. And I just noticed 2 little, I want to say like corms, is that what they're called? Pups. These little things are supposed to turn into baby plants. So I'm super excited for this to kind of develop its own little micro ecosystem. I want to plant it in one of those like planter bowls and just have like a nice big bowl of Alocasia Black Velvet. I think that sounds decadent. Number 6 would have to be my Pepperomia Prestrata. This is also known as the string of turtles, and I honestly had it for about a year now, and I did nothing with it. I mean, I watered it, I took care of it, I coexisted, but I loved it. It just was like, okay, this wasn't what I expected. But I don't know, over time, it just kind of grew on me. No pun intended, I don't know. But it did grow on me. And one day I just noticed how beautiful and lush and full it was. And I love this plant. I baby it, I give it all the best light, all the best aquarium water. I bottom water it, and it loves me right back. So the more light that I give it, the more these little pronounced turtle vines are popping out, which I love. And see, this is my favorite part of the plant, where it just looks like it's like overflowing with turtles out of the pot. It looks beautiful, and I can't believe I am keeping it so happy. Okay, top 5, creme de la creme. These are my favorite houseplants right now, and number 5, favorite houseplant is my Philodendron BT, and I won this from an auction on Facebook. I got it as 2 leaves, and it did nothing for the longest time, and I was so worried that I got gypped. But I just kept it going. I just kept watering it when the soil was dry. I gave it its, prime light right by the west-facing window. So it had really bright indirect light. And finally, after the longest time, it gave me this leaf. And it's growing pretty slow for me, but I'm not surprised because it's winter. So just recently, it popped out this leaf, but I think the shape of the newest leaf is so pretty. Doesn't it look just like almost perfect shape-wise? I know there's a little bit of damage right there, but I don't really care. I think it's so pretty either way. It has this really beautiful, skinny form, and these lobes are nice and pointy. I just think it looks really elegant. This is the Philodendron BT. There's a new growth point right here. So I'm excited to see how these leaves will start looking once the growing season really starts going. And I'm excited to keep you guys updated on this. So again, stay tuned. Number 4 is my Philodendron Varicosum, and this plant is a plant that I baby. I keep it in the most humid room, which is my bathroom, and the bathroom also happens to have a west-facing window, so I have this propped up right against the west-facing window, and like we do this little thing right before I shower. I kind of just like wet the pole with the warm, like slightly warm water from the shower. And that is like our little daily ritual. And it seems to be liking it. This little growth point is doing things. So I can't wait to see it do more things. And the last leaf that it put out was like right around Christmas, and it was this really cool, super hairy petiole leaf, and that is what I wanted. And so I'm just giving it more of what it wants. Hopefully, I hope I'm like interpreting what it wants. And yeah, I'm just babying it. So let's see where that takes us. But I think like having that daily ritual with this plant is kind of what bonded us. It hasn't really been in like my top favorites, has it? But now it's up there, and we're bonded. Okay, I just had to show you this plant up close just because all of my favorite things about this plant are in the details. So there's this super hairy petiole that I love so much, and I have it strapped down to the pole because I give it that nice warm shower every day. I make sure that I just get like just this top part so that it doesn't get root rot. And the water doesn't go down to the bottom. And I have my hand here because it won't focus on it without it there. So this is the growth point. It was staying so tiny for the longest time, like since pretty much Christmas. And I'd say maybe in the 2 or 3 weeks that I've had it in the bathroom right next to that western facing window, and our little daily shower ritual, it started to do things. it is getting bigger, it's curling, so I think it's growing in there. And I can't wait to see what it looks like. I can already see the little baby hairs sticking out, so yay! And I'm just gonna extend, like, add some sphagnum moss up here and, you know, let it continue to do its thing. Number 3 is no stranger to my channel. Ooh. And it is my Philodendron Florida Beauty. Look at these beautiful variegated leaves. But the reason why it's number 3 is because it's doing this thing where it likes to fake me out and stress me out because half of it is all green. So it'll put out one green leaf and then hopefully one variegated leaf. So next leaf is hopefully variegated. And that's one thing about variegated plants. Yes, they are fun, and that surprise element can always, you know, it adds a little spice to your plant owner relationship, but it also can be a little stressful, especially when they are this pricey. But at the same time, I'm not worried because the green leaves give it some really powerful photosynthesizing power, if that makes any sense. So yeah, I guess we'll just have to see what the next leaf looks like. But I love this side. And also, another really kind of weird thing, or I don't know, it is what it is, but I got this at the low price of $225, but seeing how much this plant goes for now is crazy, and I can't believe that this is going for like what, like $500-600. I'm like, I'm still not tempted to cut it up though. I want a big tree. Number 2, the queen is back. The ghost is back. The ghost queen. This is my Philodendron Florida Ghost, and we're back in business. This is the one that broke somewhere around here, like this, gosh, why can't I think of that term? This little growth spike broke in half when it was right here, and I was so distraught. You can ask Joe. I was just staring at it all night, doing that. And I was the saddest person. I was even looking, I'm crazy. I was looking at new plants. I was looking at a new Philodendron Florida Ghost just to make myself feel better. That's a problem. So I'll address that. But I just waited, and I guess we're okay. It's about to pop out this new leaf, and it's still beautiful, so we're back, and I love it. And what I love about these leaves is that they revert back to green after a while, and I just love that in-between phase. Like, this, to me, is so pretty. And you can kind of see it here. This one's almost all green now, but I'm still on the way to having a Philodendron Florida Ghost with, I want like a nice, like almost like all white, or even like a really cool like white to green fade. I think that'd be so pretty and dreamy. So this is my Philodendron Florida Ghost, and we're okay again. And finally, my number 1 favorite plant is my Anthurium Red Crystallinum that I got from NSE Tropicals. I have to say that because I guess there's like regular anthuriums that are like red, but this is the real deal. And what I love about it is that I got it from winning an auction on the NSE website, but you'll never guess how much I got it for. I will give you 5 seconds to guess how much I got this for. Okay, $203. And seeing how much this thing goes for now on the website is insane. I think I saw it for like $800, $900. I was like, what? Anyways, I don't think I'll ever want to sell this because I love it so much. I think it's so cool. The leaves come in super red and it's been pretty easy. It's been popping out leaf after leaf all winter, so I can't wait to see what it does for me in the spring. And I don't know, it's just so cute. I've always wanted an Anthurium crystallinum. Because I have this, I don't feel the need to get like a regular one unless like I run across one that's like a super good deal and it's really pretty, but I'm really content with my red one. Well, that's it for today's video. Thank you again for hanging out with me. I always have fun when you guys come around and I get to talk about plants. I had a lot of fun showing you my 10 favorite houseplants right now. And it was also really cool to be able to show you my favorite babies that are doing the most. So yeah, thanks for coming by and let me know which of my plants that I showed you was your favorite. And again, I had a lot of fun and I hope you did too. And if you like this video, you know what to do. Please throw me a bone and give me a thumbs up. And if you want to support my channel and see more of my plant videos, which I hope you do, please, please, please hit that subscribe button. I can't wait to see you in the next video. I just don't want to miss you too much. So if you could show me some love in the comments, I would love that. And then I'll meet you there. Bye.